Hello and welcome to Demon Interviews, episode 185. I'm your host, Springy, and as always, and joining us today is a very special guest.
Hello, Booty Bitty.
Woo! Well, first I would like to say thank you so much for taking the time out of
Mhm.
your day and being here with, I was going to say us. I always talk like I'm Venom for some reason, for like
Yeah.
no good reason. Um, and letting me interview you, even with our crazy different time zones as of this moment. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that very much.
Mhm.
Well, first question is, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Um, Today, I'm visiting some people in the UK, and some of them had to work, so today was my first day by myself, and it was delightful. Um, but it's good. The weather's good. Um, yeah, I've had definitely worse days, but it's pretty chill.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And then we come in to just interrupt it.
That is fun. I was gonna say, how's your day? But then I realized it's like 9 a.m.
Yeah, my day just started and I already spilt my coffee all over the ground.
It can
So
only go up from there.
I have two videos planned for today to record, so hopefully it does. Counting this one.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do not. Anywho, um, oh god, Google Docs stop being a problem on my phone. Okay. Um, have you ever been interviewed like this before?
I have not. I think when you approached me about it, I was like kind of nervous. But I was like, you know what? I've never done this, and I think it could be a lot of fun. So this is like my first interview for anything ever. Um, so yeah. So there's a lot of pressure, and I've like thought about it a lot.
All the pressure. No. You'll see that it's very relaxed, and you said that you saw one of our videos, so yay,
Yay!
viewership. Um,
I studied.
yay. But I'd like to say we are happy to introduce you to the world of interviewing.
Yeah.
Imagination. Uh,
Imagination.
uh, so the next, so hmm, people can assume from either watching
Mhm.
us and just learning about you, right meow, that you, or words, right meow, or if they are coming from your side of the internet, they already know you and
Mhm.
everything. But in case people don't, you are in fact one of the cosplayers of the world.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you're able to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
Oh God. For like a small fee of $5.
Because some
Like
people
if
aren't
I could
paid.
find a
Oh no,
if
I
I
was
could
just.
find a cosplay for $5.
Oh no, no, I mean like some people don't tell people their cos plans,
Oh,
other than on Patreon for a small fee of $5. Do you have any
oh,
that
I
you're
get it.
able to tell us about without me giving you said $5 on Patreon or any
Absolutely.
other
I
place?
love talking about cosplays.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't have any set in stone, mostly because I've kind of put myself in a little monetary timeout. Because sometimes when I'm having a moment, I'm like, you know what would make me really feel better if I bought a cosplay,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to stop doing that because they're expensive. Um, but I think if I were to buy a new one, I'm kind of in a Legend of Zelda kick right now, so I think
Mm-hmm.
I'd want to cosplay Zelda either from Breath of the Wild. I have yet to get and play Tears of the Kingdom, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to, or the Twilight Princess version.
Ooh,
Yeah. Um, Other than that, I think I don't know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so, am I going to do a tangent or am I going to ask another question? Brain, we must decide. It's 9 a.m. You have decisions to make. Anywho, I can go on the tangent. Sure.
Sure.
I agree that cosplays are very
Mhm.
expensive.
Yes.
I have like strung up around my camera where people can't see.
Hmm.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Mainly this thing.
Oh, I'm a big sword geek.
Yes.
Love swords.
That I got that and Jean's sword and Jean's shield for like 500
Yeah.
bucks, I think.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and but I got all the armor for like 100. So, it equals out.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
two separate
Yeah.
people. It
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. No, they were just really like, we'll do the armor, I guess, but the weapons.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was the money I was gonna use for that. I put into the sword and shield. um,
That is very fair.
yeah,
Weapons, I feel like kind of important. Like I have
yeah,
like yeah, like I know for I think the only like actual canonical weapon that I have for one of my costumes is like Blake's weapon
mm-hmm.
and it's like a 3D printed. I think I got it from like a 3D print company in like Sweden
Ooh,
and one, it took forever to get to my house. So that was fun. And two, I had to put it all together. And I am not fond of puzzles. So it was a task and a half. But it's like together now I just gotta paint it.
ah, oh, so it's a whole project.
It is a whole project. Like
Mm,
I am like when it comes to cosplay, I'm like I am not very artsy. But I was like, you know what? I will put this together and paint it, and it'll
yeah,
be fun.
yeah. I completely understand that. 95% of my cosplays are bought either from commissions
Yeah.
or just Amazon.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like it's kind of awkward sometimes, at least in my opinion. Like when like I have so many friends that like make their cosplays, and I'm like, wow, so cool.
Yeah,
And then they're like, well, I like yours too, and I'm like, thanks, I bought mine.
yeah.
It's just like I can't sew, and I've tried, and it did not go well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd rather just buy them.
Yeah,
But you know,
yeah. I can agree with that. I would rather pay a professional than buy more materials for more money to learn how to make it,
yeah,
and then
ex-
cry when it doesn't work.
exactly. Like, yeah, I've
Yeah.
literally never been so angry at an inanimate object as I have been at a sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah. I feel that I have never been so mad at a piece of PVC pipe when I was trying to make a stick.
Yeah.
Oh god. But carrying on to the next question, because so far we've asked two.
But
Because awesome sauceums. Sauceums? My
we
word, oh my god, my brain's making up new words. Okay, anywho, carrying on. So, would you rather eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
oh, think I have to be in the right mood for Cheetos. So I would
Mm-hmm.
say like off the top of my head go on a hike.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, if it's like, a weekend or just like a
Mm-hmm.
long day, I'll just be like, I could really go for some Cheetos right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're good.
Yeah,
But I think off the top of my head it'd be a hike. I don't
yeah,
know. I enjoy walking.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the next question is something that probably a lot of people who know your username right off the top of their head is
Mhm.
very curious in wondering why did you choose that as your username and not Batman Lover 45 or anything else like.
So true. Um, Oddly enough, I came up with it like when I first got the app in like 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be kind of one of those like Batman Lover 46 situations where I'm like,
Uh-huh.
just a throwaway username, no one's gonna care, and maybe like on the off chance that something picks up, like maybe I'll change it. Um, uh, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I like at the time I was in like a little Ruby mood, so I was like, oh, this will be funny. Um, anyway, life does not go as I intended. And, TikTok kind of did its thing. And so people often ask, they're like, what's the it's right behind the username. And I'm like, I just made it and then I kind of was stuck with it and now I can't change it. Not that I want to, but
Yeah.
like I was like, I didn't intend for this to happen and I just this is me now.
Yeah, I know that it was very interesting trying to come up with an episode title out of that. We had a whole conversation on that.
Yeah.
Because behind the scenes, when I make the thumbnails, I send them to the person first, either before or after the
Mhm.
interview, depending on how I feel, depending on when I make it. And yeah, we had a good conversation about because I made the obvious joke because we all have to
Mhm.
make the obvious joke.
Yes.
I was like, I wrote like a paragraph being like, I know it's probably not the right one to use, but I had to make the obvious joke. I will change it. I have 18,000 cat puns I can do. Uh,
Oh, good.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I appreciated the paragraph. Like it was
Mhm.
so like I related to it so much of being like,
Mhm.
I have this idea, but like if you don't like it at all, like let me know and I'll change it.
Yeah.
So I like related to it very much, but
Yeah.
also appreciated it.
Yeah.
I do think it was very funny.
Yes.
But yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind if
Yeah.
before. Like who knows?
You know, you have until this episode comes out to, well,
Yeah,
actually, no. Even if you wanted to change it after it comes out, it's fine. We don't say the episode title in the video, so it's fine.
so true.
Um, it just changes every other week. People could be like, "Wait, I thought it was called this. Wait, why
What
is
was
it this
this?
now?"
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like just trick people into thinking it's a Mandela effect type of thing. Uh, so you talked about TikTok already, but I want to ask you, since it is a newer platform in the arsenal of the cosplayer and others in general. Wow, that's a
Mhm.
awake, springy sentence. Okay. Um, I'm waking up. Okay, why did you start using TikTok in the first place?
Um, I think I got it originally because like a group of friends that I had at the time, one of them just was like obsessed with making TikToks, and I was like, oh, that looks fun, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it and I'll like follow you and it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know for a while before I had it, I would watch like compilations on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
because I'm weird like that. Um, so that's like the original reason why I got it, and then in 2020 when everything shut down, it was like very popular, obviously. So I also used it a lot. Um, so mostly for entertainment, and
Yeah.
then um, yeah, entertainment wise, and I still find it very entertaining. So yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of how I started as well. It's like there's like these cool cosplayer compilations because I do FNAF, and that was the main compilations I was watching,
Mhm.
and excuse me. Mm. So so I started with these ones, and yeah. So same Z's. Um, so now I have to say the stereotypical YouTube thing before I scroll past it in my notes, and then I forget, and then I say at the end when there's like two people still watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you have any questions for our lovely guest here, put them in the comments section below. And if we ever get them back onto the show in the same capacity, then we'll ask them your appropriate questions. So yeah, and
Cool.
all the social media stuff will be in the description below. Don't remember if I said that. I don't think I did. I said it now. Worst comes to worst, I said it
Yeah.
twice. People could be like, "You already said it, or you didn't say it. What are you
Fine.
talking about? You're too tired." Uh,
Yeah.
so next question is going to be coming from my past guest, a Mr. Zoom underscore 2028. Bacon? Question mark.
Um, I think I think it has to be done right. Um, I personally don't like to cook, so I would not be able to tell you how to cook bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know how to do it, but like I would not do it willingly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a big fan of like crunchy bacon. Um, I think it has to be like the right mix between like not super. not crunchy and then like overly crunchy, like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
And if it is, then it's like really good.
perfect.
But sometimes, if I'm like somewhere and they're like, "Oh, there's bacon," I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Um, so the next question coming from the same past guest, a little bit longer, more complicated question. Peanut butter? Question mark.
I'm a big fan of peanut butter. I pretty much eat it on like everything. Um, I growing up, I think I was very resistant to like crunchy peanut butter, but since I'm older and actually have common sense now, um, crunchy peanut butter slaps. So um, I love all peanut butter.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, the next question is just kind of mixing those two together. Bacon and peanut butter in one concoction? Question
Ooh,
mark.
I don't think so. I think I think it'd just be like too much. Or I don't know. Because I feel like it could also be one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to try it, and then I try it, and I'm like, oh, that's actually good.
Yeah, don't sound like Venom. I actually tried it once, posted the video on the Instagram stuff, and it may just tasted like whichever you put more of. So if you put more, I ate
Yeah,
it like ants on a log, aka bacon, and then I put like some peanut butter
that's
on a
so
bit of
smart.
it. Yeah, because like dipping the whole piece of bacon into a jar of peanut butter, that would just then you have to throw away the peanut butter, and that's just
Yeah,
sad.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so and I tried it, and it just pretty much if you put more peanut butter on it, it tastes more like peanut butter. More if it's less peanut butter on it, it just tastes more like bacon. It had a little
Mhm.
bit of a weird like texture to it, but not like a gross texture in my personal opinion. It was just like you had something creamy in there, you had something bacony textured in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I could be pleasantly surprised or like right. So that can be a TBD to be determined.
Yes, yes. Uh, I know there was a joke that we were doing where like we're just gonna film, like everybody's gonna film themselves just eating it, and then we're gonna make a
Eating it?
collage of it at
Good.
some point. God knows when, but like, mm. So
Just gotta
yeah,
write it down.
exactly. Write it down. Here's a date. You have this amount of time. Go eat. Get some bacon. A. Then get some peanut butter and put it on the bacon. Then
Yeah.
you cry thinking about the bacon on the peanut butter. The bacon. Oh my god. Okay. Moving on before my brain collapses. Obviously I had too much peanut butter and bacon because my brain. But what is one of the hardest things about getting into one of your cosplays?
Oh God. Depending on the cosplay, I think most of the time it's the makeup
Mm-hmm.
aspect. Um, I'm quite picky. Not picky, but like I'm very detail oriented with my makeup sometimes. So like, I don't know, like especially eyeliner.
Mm-hmm.
Eyeliner always does it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so some looks are easier than others. Um, and I find like my makeup style changes a lot. Um, so yeah, that or wigs, because something about being in a wig at a convention for like 8 hours, I'm like, I could rip this and my hair off. And it's so itchy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there's a lot of bobby pins, and then that is a lot.
Yeah. I can feel the bobby pin thing. Um, I don't use my wigs that often because they're right here and they're just hanging there. But every Christmas I dress up as Santa for for small children.
Oh,
Not at my work because they're evil. Uh, for like a daycare, and the amount of bobby pins to put in my head for the wig
really?
and the hat
Oh, okay.
to keep them both on and resilient
Yeah.
to children.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like you have to really. It's like you're
Get it
trying to
all
like bobby pin it to your skull. I almost said
scalp.
I almost
Yeah.
said scalp, and I was meaning skull. But like, ugh, it's. But once they're
Yeah.
in, they're fine. But like once they're getting in, it's. So I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you. I feel you there. Uh, so since you're talking about conventions and some of the aspects of it, I'd like to ask you, how many different conventions have you gone to before?
In terms of like different conventions, only two. Because I'm quite late to the convention,
Mm-hmm.
shenanigans. And then in like the first time I went, I think was 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my first convention ever. And I was so excited. And this was like before I cosplayed and anything like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like I was like kind of wanting to, but I was like too scared to.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went for the first time and I loved it. So after COVID and everything shut down, I was like, I want to go
Mm-hmm.
again. And then, yeah, I've only ever been to like the one where I live, which is like HalCon. Um, Kind of minuscule, kind of fun. In terms of like my comfort levels, it's like a good size con for a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Anime North last summer, and boy, oh boy, it was like I have never been so overwhelmed in my life. Like it was a lot. There were like people everywhere, and there was like so much to look at, and I was just in a city that I wasn't familiar with. So
Yeah.
yeah. And I think I like we were going on a trip and someone was like, "Are you gonna cosplay at this convention?" And I was like, God, no. 'Cause I could not handle like dressing up and dealing with like all the anxiety that comes with that on top of like navigating this convention that I've never
Mm-hmm.
been to before. Um, I mainly went to that convention because Aaron Zek was going
Oh yeah.
and signing autographs. So it like fit perfectly in my little vacation. So I was like, I'm derailing this whole trip, guys. Sorry. Um, and I did. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think just the two. And it's been two very contrasting experiences, but they've both been delightful.
Awesome. Is there any that you're hoping to attend to in the near future or in the future in general?
I feel like the obvious answer is like RTX. Um, I would love to go.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just like don't have anyone to sucker into going with me. Um, just kidding. I'm like asking all my friends, I'm like, do you want to go to Texas? And they're like, why? I'm like, don't ask questions. Let's just
Just
go.
go. It's fine.
Just go. Just
I'm
go.
not. We're not kidnapping
Um,
you. It's fine.
I was just like, if we're just gonna go to Texas for like a week, and if I'm gone for like 4 of those days, don't worry about it. But yeah, RTX is like my obvious answer, or I would say like I think when I was a bit younger, I was like, I want to go to Comic Con, like Comic Con New York or like Comic Con
Mm-hmm.
San Diego. And after going to like even a mildly larger convention like Anime North, Comic Con, I think I'm pretty sure I would go into cardiac arrest. Like there would be
Mm-hmm.
too much going on. Um, but maybe one day
Yeah.
if I muster the courage.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I actually, I've actually also only been to two, and never cosplayed either one of them.
that's fine. Like
Yeah.
cosplaying at a convention is like a whole other, you got so much to worry about.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. I feel I just hearing the stories about it from 185 episodes of this. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. It like it could go either
it,
way. If it's like from my experience, I would say if you're gonna cosplay, if you find a smaller convention, then that's great.
yeah.
Um, but I don't think like if I were to decide like to cosplay for the first time ever at a convention at like Anime North, I'm pretty sure that I would scream, cry, and throw up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because that would be too much.
Just like a hairball.
Um, for real. Like even like the first time I did cosplay, I was like at a convention, I was like so nervous. Um, and I was like so aware of everything. And people would come up to me and they would like talk to me and I'd be like, this, what is happening?
Yeah.
Um, but it's like totally comfort level.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just nice to go in everyday clothes and buy a bunch of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know, like, if I'm going to ever go to a convention again, I would want to go to one where the voice actor for Penny was there and
Oh,
have them sign this.
no, that's so mean.
Well, I mean,
That's
somebody like had like
so mean.
Yang's disembodied arm. I mean, I don't think that's that
Oh,
much
I saw that.
worse.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I don't think it's worse than that. But I mean,
But also,
but
depending on
also,
like it's one of those situations like if you know, you know.
yeah,
And
exactly.
it's unfortunate.
Yes. I'm actually
But
planning on getting one that's broken as well. Maybe I'll have them sign that one with
mm,
just a little bit of red,
red on it.
just a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, or of course, Miles Luna as well. Just
that'd be cool.
just right on the back of the armor up there that's falling
That would be
apart.
cool.
Yes. But carrying on, is there anybody from TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, blah 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 blah, blah that you would like to do a collaboration with in real life? Photos, videos, whatever.
Um, um, I have like I have like one other friend in my like IRL where I live,
Mm-hmm.
who also cosplays. And they also cosplay from Ruby. So we've done like some videos together and it's been kind of fun. But I think if I had to pick someone else, um, uh, there's like two YouTube reactors to like Ruby,
Mm-hmm.
that I've always been huge fans of. And not too long ago, they like followed me back on Twitter and I like threw up. Um, so I think like collabing with them would be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, if they see this, they know who they are. Because I was like, I've definitely like when they followed me, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ruby cosplayers, like I think like I tweeted, I was like, how do y'all find each other? What is this? What is your secret? Tell me your secret.
I actually saw that on. I think I commented on it too. I was like,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. I'm like, how do you what
Not fair.
what am I missing? What am I
Exactly.
doing wrong?
Well,
But
okay, so what's the thing that we have in common that they don't? We've only gone to two conventions.
there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
It's a
Gotta step
finance
up my
problem.
It's a oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I even at the smaller convention,
Mm-hmm.
I have not it was in October and I have not financially recovered. Like I'm still reeling from that. And it was like my mom was like, "Can you send me a photo of like everything you got?" And it like covered the entirety of my living room floor. And she was like, "I hate you." I was like, "Yeah, say
Good.
that, but now I have a Kirby plush, mom." So, mm.
But also, can I have some money for food while I have
Yeah,
you on
I
the
was like,
phone?
I know I spent all this money on like all this stuff, but can you send me like
Yeah.
$20 so I can get like sushi? And she'd be like, "No." But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm currently financially railing from getting the Rusted Knight done up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just like a few dollars more than what I spent for normal John. Just just about $1,000 more. I get to do payments on that. Thank God.
Oh, okay,
Um,
cool.
I have payments. Thank God.
Yeah.
Anywho, my crying wallet aside, um,
Mhm.
from the wallets crying, just throw them over there. It's fine. It's shh. Give me more money. And um, what is one thing you want people to know about the characters that you cosplay as?
What I want to know about them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of lore. Mm, like the characters I'm can call off the top of my head that I cosplay as, like it's like obviously Blake. Um,
What?
uh, what?
What?
I never knew. Um, Yeah, Blake. I know I did like a character from Neon Genesis. Um, that was fun. Not what I want people to know. Just know that they are cool because if they weren't, I would not cosplay them.
You can say they're
I
pretty
think
cool
they're cool
cats.
anyway. They're
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
I have 12 cats. I have too many cat puns. Don't worry.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
yeah. But next, I'm actually surprised none of them have tried to walk into the frame yet. Uh, Maybe they have, and we're not paying attention. That also works. How are you and some of the characters you cosplay as alike, and how are you different?
Uh-oh. Um, I think I know I cosplayed Oikawa from Haikyuu. Um, I've done it a couple times. Um, that is a whole load of like I used to do competitive sports
Mm-hmm.
and the listen, watching Haikyuu and seeing Oikawa, I was like, we are too much alike and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, sports competitiveness, I would say it's like really into the sport, passion.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think of who else. Oh my goodness. Um, I literally hold on. Let me. I have to like look at who I've cosplayed as. Like people will be like, I just don't remember.
I
Um,
I feel that sometimes. Not gonna lie.
oh, I also did Your Forger from Spy Family.
Mm.
Um, I would say similar in that very family oriented. Once Peace. Different in that I don't have a husband and kids. Um, I don't know. Blake, obviously. Probably a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a big fan of tea, of reading the occasional book. Big fan of Yang Xiaolong. Um, big fan. Um, uh, Different. I only have one set of ears, and I'm
Mm.
not dating Yang Xiaolong. Um, but yeah, those
Yeah.
are like the ones I can call off the top of my head. Again, it's like I don't like forget the lore of these characters so fast, and it's like bad. But
I.
if I do a wiki search, it'll be
It's fine. We'll get. It's fine. It's fine.
fine. It's fine.
Uh. So, what is one of the biggest misconceptions about you as that what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about you or yourself cosplaying as these characters?
Um, m what people think my name is. Yeah. That, because yeah, people assume with the username, they're like, "Oh, your name is Bella," and I'm like, "I wish," but it's not. Um, that and I guess a lot of people for a while thought I was like super tall. Like they thought I was like bordering on like 5'8", and I was like, I am 5'3" at most. And I remember posting a video about it, and everyone was like, "You're short." It's like, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. I'm just a little guy. Sorry, gang. Um, so I guess those, it's like the randomest things, I guess.
Yeah.
My name and my height, I guess.
Works.
Yeah.
Works. Um I'm going to say the last question on the list, and shockingly, we have more. Who is your favorite character to cosplay as?
Um, the obvious aside. Um, Obvious Blake aside, I would say, um, favorite would be, as of late, Your Forger from Spy Family. Something about like the dress, and I got like the actual props for it and like
Mm-hmm.
all that fun stuff. And I just feel really cool. And like, I mean, the wig is a pain in the butt, but um, bobby pins. But the costume in itself is cool. Um, and I find like if I do it correctly, if everything goes according to plan, then it's great.
Yeah.
And I feel great.
Yeah.
So, I would say you're.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to go into the final four questions. Don't know.
Hmm.
This looks like we're going to eight. There's only four left. Just gotta take one hand down. Okay, so the first question is: do you have any questions for me as an individual or about the show in general?
Um, no, I think it's really interesting that you like do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like never a thing that I considered to like interview cosplayers and like people in like these sort of communities. And so like I don't know, I just thought it was really sweet and like really interesting. Very when people like come out with like interesting passions that I don't
Mm-hmm.
consider, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that is so cool.
Well, thank you.
Um, so like good on you. That's
Well,
so cool.
thank you.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Question wise, you've like asked me a million times. You're like, do you have any questions? And I'm like,
No. Yeah.
um,
I'll be asking you
yeah,
that again later after the interview too.
but probably. And I'll probably be like, no. Um, but no, just yeah, like very cool.
Okay. Works for me. Works for me. Well, the next question that I have is: would you have like to
Mhm.
come back to the show for either an interview like this or a different project in general?
Yeah, absolutely. Considering this is like my first interview, I'm like, this is I was like sitting here and I was like, this is going good. This is
Yeah.
fun. And I have yet to put my foot in my mouth, I think. Sometimes I just go on tangents and then I like realize I'm talking and I'm like, what was I talking about again?
Yeah.
Um, but I don't think I've done that. So all is good.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yes, I would. To answer the question, yes, I would.
Awesome. Awesome. Works. Well, good because we have 18 more things planned for today for you to do. In
Oh,
six more cosplays. Ready? And go.
I didn't
uh,
bring it.
uh, well, too bad. No,
You're like, figure it out.
figure it out. I don't know how, but do it. Just make them appear. We'll make some
For
magic
real.
happen.
I'll find someone. I'll go knocking on everyone's door. I'll be like, do you have this character?
They're gonna be like, "Who are
Do
you and who is that?"
they're like, what are you talking about? Who are you? And I'll be like,
Oh well, technically in your current situation, it would be a little bit more British.
Scottish,
Oh,
actually.
Scottish. Sorry.
I'm in Scotland. Yeah. No, there's people I cannot tell the difference. Don't. Your UK people don't come after me. I can't tell the difference.
I think
Anyway,
ironically, the video you probably watched was somebody who was from the UK as well.
okay. Anyway, I love you all equally.
Yes.
It all sounds the same to me.
Anywho, um, carrying on.
Next topic. Next topic. Go.
Okay, so the next question is going to be: who would you like to see on the show in the future?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I generally keep to myself on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I'm telling you, like I'm a big fan of everything Ruby, so I'm like more Ruby creators. I want to know more.
Yeah,
Um, so I love all Ruby creators. If you ever got like another
yeah,
Ruby creator, I'd probably watch it. Um, I don't know. I'm pretty easygoing and I don't know. There's so many people that I like follow that I'm like, I would love to know more about you.
yes. Well, you
But
can always
like
send me
from
their
the
usernames, and then you can learn more about them. Either we've done an interview
I
with
will
them,
keep
or
in mind.
either
I
way.
will recommend.
Yes. Just start. Just send me like a list, just like
Yeah.
screenshots of who you follow, and I'll just go through
Yeah.
them. The next question
Mhm.
is another question. Is who would you? What the? I
Yeah.
knew what the question was, and then I was gonna say the
Mhm.
wrong one.
That's
Ugh.
okay.
We're almost done, Brian. I promise. I think we can like take a nap or something
You're
before the next
killing it.
thing. So thank you. But do you have any questions for a future guest?
Um, basically like if they're you know what? I'm always curious to know what got people into cosplay. So yeah, like what got them into cosplay, what their first cosplay was. If it's like creators from stuff that I like, I'll be like, "What's your favorite volume or season or episode?"
Yeah.
Because I'd love to talk about it.
Yes.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, with that, that's the last question. We are done. My
Wow.
brain can take a nap. Anywho, uh,
Yes.
thank you so much for being here. I do highly appreciate it. You taking the time out of your vacation and sitting here in a room with a random nerd on the internet.
It
Uh,
is all good.
yeah,
I am also a random nerd on the internet, so
true. I'm pointing it this way, like you're right here, but like it's just where
you're
the
like,
screen
so
is.
true.
Very true. Um,
Very true.
yes. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to follow Lovely Guests on all the social media platforms. There is a way to get to all of them in the description below. And at least I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.